we're here today recording behind the scenes discussion about everyone else's involvement with Dear Hangman. But first, I would like to get everyone's top 5 films, their favourite top 5 films. So I'll go last, of course.
Are we doing it all as a 5, or are we doing it 1, 1, 1, 1,
that's
1?
a good idea.
I probably do that, and then
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Not ranked in order though, because I haven't figured that out.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
No
Okay.
ranking, it's too hard.
Okay.
Oh. Well, I'm going to sort of go in terms of my childhood one, and it is a split, so I couldn't decide. So, but I had to go with what do I love? Makes me feel good that I kept repeating all the time, and one is Big Trouble in Little China. I loved everything about. I loved martial arts when I was little, and the guy with the basket I had a crush on, which is a bit weird.
Which
but
one?
He not that, I can't remember what was his name, but he didn't have a ponytail. He was the most evil-looking one, the most menacing one. I don't know why. What that said about me as a child.
Yeah.
I don't know the name now.
Was he the one that blew up at the end?
Spoilers.
No, you never watched it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keep Trial. Of course, I watched it.
But yeah, it had everything, that movie, and I still laugh hard when, you know, Kate Russell with the lipstick gag. It's so simple, but it just makes me laugh. Yeah. And then my other one is
Just going straight to
no,
the
I
second.
have to go.
was it? Yeah.
Well, it's a joint one. This
Oh.
one, because it's time, is always going to be Staying Alive. Tony Manero is one of my all-time favourite characters. So I love that it's set in New York. The hustle of trying to be a dancer, and just all his idiosyncrasies, like, he's like, don't touch the hair. Just love everything about that movie. The soundtrack. That's my go-to cheese movie. There you go. No one's with that one, are they? Not
I haven't
much
seen it.
enthusiasm. It's
I like Big Trouble, but I haven't seen it for a long time.
It's good. So Saturday, Staying Alive is the one after the follow-up of Saturday Night Fever, when he gets spotted in his local
Yeah, I've
disco.
seen that.
It's
Yeah.
the one afterwards. Yeah. Trying to make it as a dancer. Dun, 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 loincloth and all of that. It's very good. Recommend for the weekend.
I'll go. My slightly childhood one is Batman Returns.
Good movie.
That's a divider on some people, but love Keaton. Keaton's the best Batman in my opinion, and Returns mainly for me. It was the scene with where Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle are dancing together when they realise that they are Batman and Catwoman. I just think that was such a good scene.
Is that Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
fantastic.
She's
isn't
amazing. Yes.
Amazing.
So I just love that film. I just think it's so cool. And I know, yes, technically he kills a few people, and Batman shouldn't do that, but
Depends on
Yeah,
which
Yeah.
version,
Yeah.
really, doesn't it?
it?
yeah,
Like a Superman. Superman can't kill anybody.
yeah. So that's mine.
Depends which version again.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start with Galaxy Quest.
Oh yes.
Have you got that one as well?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, I love that movie. I can watch it over and over again and still laugh. It's such an incredible cast. I mean, you've got Sigourney Weaver, and you've got Tim Allen, you've got Alan Rickman. Like, everyone in that cast is amazing. And everything down from the claps they do, and I love it. I love it so much. I can watch it over and over and over and over again and still laugh. So
Good.
It is very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have ranked mine, but like I said, we'll just change it for the sake of this. So this would be my second favourite film ever, and that is Big Trouble in Little China. So just basically just a kid watching that when you're little, and you think, you know, watching a John Carpenter film as well, he can show you how to make a film just watching it, and it was so sort of, that's probably where the film journey sort of started for us. There was another film that sparked the interest, but that was the next film that thought, yeah, I could have a go at this. It seems pretty cool to do that. So
Good
that's
choice,
mine.
Liam.
That's mine. I've met John Carpenter also. Did you know that?
I did know that.
I do bring that up quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was signing my Escape from New York poster, and I was just like, oh, he's such a big inspiration to me. You know, Big Trouble in Little China was one of my favourite films as a child, and you know, that's what made me want to make films. And basically, he says it to everyone. He just says, yeah, just keep at it. just keep at it. And I was like, oh, he told me to keep at it.
So I must do that.
Yeah, so that was for me. It's like, oh yeah. So he says it to everyone, but
I have to say Lord of the Rings, because I am a geek with Lord of the Rings, and it's my go-to place for escapism. It sounds a bit weird, but I feel like friends and family. You know, when I'm sort of feeling a certain way, I just go into that world. Love everything about it. It was that Christmas Eve movie as well, 3 hours long, extended version. I could watch it hours and hours and hours. Love everything about it. Peter Jackson just did an amazing job. On my 30th, I got my friends to all dress up as different characters in Vegas.
Did you always get arrested or something?
Yeah, I didn't really get arrested. It was an eventful. I was Aragorn, obviously. Yeah, I donned a beard, everything. It was, yeah, it was fab. But yeah, I love that. Lord of the Rings is always a go-to for me.
Couldn't go with them films at all.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was the only one of the people I went to cinema with who was just bored out of my mind to the whole thing. Everybody else loved it, and I just
think
thought,
he's seen between two.
I know.
I think with me being like a Star Wars purist, when them films came out, I sort of didn't give them the fair shake they deserve. So I did watch the extended editions back with Lisa, probably last year, and I was just like, yeah, these are pretty cool. So they are like if we've got 15 hours to kill, they are the next ones. You know, we'll chuck them down. Yep. We'll watch all three back to back.
Nice. Oh, I have met Andy Serkis, and he has spoken to me as Gollum and said my name. I mean, he must never get tired of doing that to people, must he? Really?
Did you do My Precious?
Yeah. My Precious Vicki, he did all of that. He was very cool. And I met Gimli the Dwarf as well. That'd be great. Yeah. He's a nice man. Anyway.
I'm going to go second one, American History X, Ed Norton.
Is a good film.
I love that film.
Yeah.
That is probably
That
the
is a
most
very good
powerful film I've ever seen. That is the one film where when it finished, I just turned the TV off. I didn't want to see, and I was watching on DVD, and I didn't want like the TV to kick in because I just wanted to sit with nothing just to take it all in. I just thought it was amazing.
I think with that as well, it shows the influence that your peers have on you as well, because it's sort of when they're he's spoilers obviously when he's in prison, he comes out and he's a reformed man and stuff, and it's that last scene at the end where they're sat around the dinner table and his dad sort of references the whole black sort of thing, and it's sort of like that's where it started for him, Edward Norton. It's just like that alone. It's like that's.
And it was so well done because it wasn't that blatant racism. It was that the more sort of subtle, casual racism. Where you see the impact that even that amount has. Yeah. Let alone when they start joining, the complete neo-Nazi crazes. Massively powerful. Yeah. And Edward Norton, I just thought,
He's such a good actor.
Transformed himself so much for that film. It was incredible. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
After high five you the front, yes.
So, do you have a favourite of them three, or is it just
Two Towers? I think for me.
Okay.
That's second.
I don't know, but I think I love that whole quest of getting to Rivendell and just Handsome Pony. Yeah. I play that with any children who are near me. We play Lord of the Rings when we're in woods, and that's the quest. So I think I'd have to go the first one.
Yeah. See, for me, it was when Gandalf comes back. I'm not ruining for anything.
I think you say
but when he comes back and he's in Gandalf the White instead of the Grey, and that bit when you see him and the whole of Rohan, and I love it. Oh my god, it's so. I can see it. But yeah, so I still love that. All three of those movies, and it's very hard to pick, but yes, including the extended versions as well. Yes, even the little the bit when Eowyn brings the food and Vigo's like throwing it away. That bit. Yeah.
We need to do Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd have to say not as a favourite, but Return of the King is my favourite. Yeah. I'm always a big believer if a trilogy's planned out correctly, that third film should always be the best one, because that's the third act, that's the payoff really, isn't it? So so many good speeches in it. Even the extended one as well is good. I'd say the third one's probably my just a few little things as well. Yeah. It's like the just from the trailer as well. I think when the trailer for that come out, when it's sort of he picks the sword up, when Hugo Weaving gives it to him and he says, "Become what you were meant to be."
Yeah.
And to be honest, we did steal that line in a film we might have all been in. But it was But I'd say for me, my fourth choice. See, it's always a toss up between Terminator 2 and Highlander, I think. So it just depends on what it is, but the whole the Highlander thing as well, just the concept alone, good. The sort of experimental style of filmmaking as well. There was one there's one shot which I always look at, like I think it's when they reveal Clancy Brown for the first time, when the camera blocks the light and it just goes dark, and it's like they reshot it because basically the camera shadowed his face, and then they watched it back and went, no, we prefer that because it's, you give it away that something, he's a bad person, so the dark, the tone sort of shifted there as well. So I'm gonna obviously Terminator 2. That's a good one. With the thumb bit at the end, reduce any man to tears, I think, as well. So again, powerful soundtrack.
Linda Hamilton, isn't it? She's fantastic in it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say, I'll say Highlander for that because it's more practical. I think with that the whole. Still see the Batman wires on him at the end as well. But
I haven't seen Highlander, I have to admit.
I have, but many years ago.
Yeah, Highlander for me.
One of my, I'd have to say, it's not no order for me, but one of my, he's up there, is City of God. Yeah, I absolutely adore that film. Perfection from start to finish. I love the director, Fernando Meirelles. He'd done Constant Gardener, and again blown away by that. But I love where you see a journey of characters and the depths and the layers, and you see those children from when they were younger and how they function together and their relationships, and then as they get older, and seeing again how their relationships change because of the choices that they make and the pressures they're under and the survival of what it's like to be out there sort of trying to, make your way. Just a very powerful film. I love it, yeah.
I'm enjoying with Highlander. Go with that one. That's what made me buy a raincoat. That film. Yeah, in high school.
Not the broadsword though.
No, I wasn't allowed one at that point. I was allowed a raincoat just about.
When we went down to the red carpet of Last Jedi, we obviously parking around there is awful, isn't it? So we rented like a little spot out under this Holiday Inn, and obviously I hadn't seen it yet because I was stood in the queue waiting to get over the barricade to this red carpet event. But after the event, we went down to this underground car park, and I was looking around, and I was just like, I've watched that film so many times. I went, this is where they shot Highlander. Like literally, like everything. I was like, so we're walking around. I'm like, right, that's where he's going to go up in the Porsche, and it was like this. And I was just like, this is where they shot Highlander. It was just so obvious as well. It's because obviously it was supposed to be Madison Square Garden, wasn't it? But obviously they shot it over here, and I was just like, yeah, that's another cool moment. So
great soundtrack, the Queen soundtrack as well. Because that whole storyline with Heather, I won't spoil it because you need to see that film. But with Heather, that whole thing was just
that's it. It's that heartbreaking bit.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one of my joint ones as well because I just couldn't. The Matrix by the amazing Wachowski sisters, or Jurassic Park, Spielberg. They're so amazing, both of them.
Matrix.
And they're so iconic.
I know the Matrix.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I always think that when I rewatch Jurassic Park, and there's so many amazing moments in this as well. And it the score, oh my god. Just hearing it, you get like...
I've never seen the original Jurassic.
Really? That's the best one. I need to watch it. And I think like growing up when that was all coming out, both of them, they were my formative year films, so it's very hard to choose between either of those things.
It says a lot that Jurassic Park, the effects totally stand up today.
Oh my god, they really do. Yeah.
And Matrix was just mind blowing for the time.
That's like,
and every little detail they've considered, from transition to score to everything. Everything is amazing. So it's very hard to choose.
Brilliant.
It's a tough year. It's a toss up between Logan and probably Avengers Endgame. It's that swan song to so many things, really. I think I'm gonna have to put Logan in. I think, because it's just, again, it's you're watching that and that last image as well, just the turn of the cross to the X, and I was just like, yes, there we go. That's, don't bring him back in any form. It's just the father figure as well, with Patrick Stewart and him and that, and it's just, that's
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was a powerful film for me.
The scene with the cereal as well, like, oh my god, it's just so well put together. Oh my lord, the pacing and everything.
Great.
That's me.
Is this fourth now, we are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, mine's not in order. Call Me By Your Name is one of my all-time faves. Again, I just loved the story. I do like a coming-of-age film, series, book. I do like all that. Timothée Chalamet, Armie Hammer, fantastic in terms of their performances. I love the father-son relationship. I like being transported when I'm watching a movie and set in Italy, beautiful, and that love story, first love, will they, won't they? And I just love that, and soundtrack is very cool. I watched it with my daughter, she was the right age, by the way. But again, when a film affects you so much that you get into the car and you put the score on the way home, and you just sit in silence and just, I love that film.
I'm going to go Birdman. Mine.
Okay.
Another Keaton
film,
Yeah, because the cast is like my dream.
Edward Norton.
Two already mentioned, Emma Stone, who's one of my favourites as well, Zach Galifianakis, and just the cleverness of that kind of one take approach. I just thought it was a brilliantly made film, and I think partly because I think if you're an actor, you get a lot out of it because it's obviously playing on that whole thing as well. So just thought that was fantastic, and just to have those actors together in one film for me was like, brilliant.
Good.
Yeah, mine isn't in order either. But Contact, I think it's Zemeckis, I believe. Jodie Foster, Matthew McConaughey, absolutely incredible movie. I still, every time I watch it, I get like shivers. When you recount her experience and how this scientist who's driven by pure logic is moved to that level and has to finally admit that there might be something else out there might be a spiritual connection. It just hits me on all level. I love it, and it's part of the reason why I went into film, because you can do so much with it. You can affect so many people, connect with so many people, and really question things like existentialism, faith, relationships, whether you could actually be as a scientist with someone who is a priest. Like, it's just all of it. I think it's fantastic.
Good.
For me, third favourite film, so obviously this is the fourth one anyway, but Heat. Pacino and De Niro, I'd say at the height of their not some of the other stuff they've done now, but at the height of their acting, whatever, it's hard to explain, but that good versus evil, and it's like the evil guy's quite cool, and it's that sort of that mutual recognition as well over that coffee table scene, and it's like that middle of the film where they're meeting each other again. Might strongly use that as reference in a couple of things I've done over the years, but it's that sort of, I appreciate what you do, but my job is I've got to stop you, and it's like, well, if you do try and stop me, this is what will happen. And it's just, again, the score at the end as well. Brilliant film.
Cool. My last one, again, no order. Drive. I love that film. I just from the start it came on in the cinema, the the cool writing, the electro soundtrack, again the atmosphere, and I just think Carey Mulligan and Ryan Gosling just play their roles so well.
Bryan Cranston in that as well. It's brilliant.
Just all those little moments, and it's just a cool movie, and I love seeing the sort of whole perspective from a stunt driver, and those subtle reactions to each other and the relationships, and I just think it's a fab movie from start to finish. Very cool.
Yeah, that soundtrack's fantastic.
Yeah, soundtrack's amazing.
I was torn. The obvious one I'm not going to go for is Interstellar, which that blew me away because I'm not a Matthew McConaughey fan, but loved that film. And equally, 2001 is one of my least favourite films of all time because it frustrates me because I don't get it, which is probably just me being thick. So I kind of thought Interstellar would be a similar thing, but because it's got a lot of similarities to 2001 in a way, but I just loved the film, I thought it was amazing. But I'm not going for that. I'm going for the less obvious one, which is a TV movie actually.
Okay.
The original Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno.
Okay.
That.
I could never expected you to say that, but
so the story that they made, it was Ken Johnson I think did that. The story they made for that film is heartbreaking again because it's reset it this time. It's not David Banner. It's David Banner, not Bruce Banner, and it starts with the fact that he lost his wife because he couldn't lift the car when they had a car crash, and he's studying how come other people can do it, how come they've got the strength and he didn't. So starting from that point is just heart wrenching, and then when it gets to the end and the relationship he's got with his co-scientist, who I won't spoil it because if you haven't seen it, you've got to see that film. It's just powerful. I cry like a baby at the end of the film. It's brilliant.
I have that.
Do you?
Yeah, I've got it. It's in there. Yeah,
and of course the Lonely Man theme.
It's the bit where he's always the lonely man walking away. It's just it's great.
Yeah, it's love it. Yeah.
Okay, this is another joint one. And it's for 3 different films. It counts though, right? I couldn't decide. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy by James Gunn. Deadpool. Incredible. I'm trying to remember the name of the director. Deadpool.
Yeah, it's Tim Miller.
Okay, Tim Miller. And Armageddon.
okay, yes, you got to include that one.
Yes, the latter being the one that I probably shouldn't enjoy as much as I do, but I really do, and have watched it so many times. It is shameful. And the soundtrack on all of those films is amazing. The stunts are incredible. They're so enjoyable, so much fun. And the pacing, for me, I really like suspense, and for stunts and things like that have to be paced in exactly that way, and comedy as well. And when they hit all of those notes, it's just so enjoyable. And I think all 3 of those films do that. So yeah, I like them.
So you did choose them?
No.
Okay.
You want them all of them.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, my all-time favourite film, Return of the Jedi. That's a given. Yeah.
Yes.
Watching that film for the very first time, it's it's almost like it was made for that. The end of that sort of generations, maybe, because it was like the way I felt it. I hadn't watched New Hope, wasn't that called that at that point, but I hadn't watched Empire Strikes Back, but this was on TV, and I sat down with my dad to watch it, and I was just like, it's explaining like this was your father, this is this, and just like I said, I think the last 10 minutes of that film, I don't think there's a film that's been done as well as that. Again, might have stole that idea and something we'd done previously, I don't know, but it's that whole sort of that inner turmoil where he's got to make a choice. It's his son or his sort of father figure himself, sort of thing, his master sort of thing. So I think that, and then the sort of redemption from that film, I think, like I said, that's why I probably prefer the third of most films. I think if it's done properly, that's mine.
I'm with you on that one.
That's my one.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, okay, so we've killed some time.